Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here. I'm not seeing my mic. Let's see where my mic is. Damn it. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here, and I am trying to get my mic working here. Audio. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm working. Okay, everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and let's put me on screen. See if I can play that game here. Yeah, it's Weeds Day, and we're spelling it a new way now to fight the powers that got me kicked off of Facebook, and now we're hopefully gonna continue the power and of the hour. And I'm down here somewhere, and so this is our poster for the day, and we want to find out why the bots got me and not anybody else that does weed on Facebook. So there you go. I heard that it was just random, and let's get a little bit of power on me here, and let's see if I can get some gamma rama. Okay, there we are. So it's Jeff Eichen here, and it's Weeds Day, and I've been printing all afternoon shots from Peru. I'll show you one here. I got to go in and do plant medicine in Peru, and let's see if you can see her. Maybe I have to turn off my scenes, my green screen for a second here. Let's see here if I can do that. Okay, so if I go to my effects, how's everybody doing today? It's really great to have you in my world. And let's see, camera effects. Here we go. Okay, so if I go and turn that off, you can see my poster, my art that I've been printing, and I print small ones and large ones. I'm having a show, but this is the Brazilian lady that was at the ayahuasca ceremony in Peru, and it was pretty far out. The whole trip was great, and then we came home to the new farm bill, and that Facebook effed my world. So I'm on YouTube, so that's cool, and we're on X. Except for today, I didn't post it on X, but we're on. Let's see, we're on POD TV, which gets like 1 million streams. It's pretty good, and then we're on. We're also on. What other platforms are we on? We're on Roku. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can turn us back on here. turn us back on with the green screen, because the green screen is cool. It makes some beautiful background. Okay, so let's see if I can get rid of my hat there. If I can get my hat in there. My hat's a little bit green, but anyways, we'll keep me. Let's see. No, we'll get right there. Okay, cool. So I'm really I'm happy to be with you today, and I'm also sad that that the robots are getting deeper, and we're just going to have to go more to the love and to the energy that kicks it in, to gear, to end prohibition, to bring our prisoners home. I mean, we have my movie with Jeff Mazansky. We helped him to come home with 300,000 signatures. So you can go see my movie at lifersthemovie.com, Lifers the Movie, and I'll turn that site back on today. And then I'm doing the International Cannabis Film Festival. I'm going to be working with Chronic Magazine and whoever comes in today, or maybe it's just little old me. But no worries that somebody's trying to shut me down. The planet's getting messed up and full of these people that have hate in their bloodstream. I don't know what to do about Gaza, about Africa, Venezuela, just everything. But that's not what this show is about. This show is about you and your parents and your brother and your sister or mother in jail for marijuana. And so, how dare they take me down after 286 episodes? This is episode 287. And let me fetch my phone. I'm going to fetch my phone, everybody, and I will be back. So stay right there. Stay right there while I get my phone. If I have my phone, everybody, while I'm doing the dance, while I'm, look, I was media at the Emerald Cup, and we're supposed to have Tim Blake on today. So who knows why I was wearing that today, but Tim Blake's supposed to come on. So let's see if I can get Tim Blake here. Tim Blake, come on, Tim Blake. So let's see, Timster, Tim Blake. Are you there? Tim. Tim Blake did or does the incredible um, incredible Emerald Cup that's been going for like 30 years. So we're on now. Let's see if he can dial in. Password. Okay, if you all want to get in, just ping me and I'll let you in. But we pinged good old Tim there. See if Tim wants to follow up. And back to our show here. Let's share my screen here. Let's see if we can do that here. Bada bing, bada bang. Let's see here if we can share my screen. So we're going to go and go get it. Okay, let's see if we can share my screen. Evidently not. Evidently, StreamYard is one block away from allowing us to share our screen. That's really weird, StreamYard. Okay, go back into Facebook land. Let's get Facebook, and I mean, not Facebook, into Zoom. Let's go into Zoom and see if we can share our screen in Zoom. So we're going to share our screen in Zoom here and give you a incredible intro that I did. And it'll tell the story of what's going on today.
That parade.
This is Tommy Chong for Lifers. Madness.
Yeah, Tommy.
To end this war on people. That parade.
Good afternoon, everybody. Is this thing
Nobody's on
on?
if you want to come in to the show today.
I think we're going to have a wonderful show today. We're going to welcome home Stash Wagner family. Don't bogart that joint from the Philippines. Thank you. And don't forget to donate to their cause and welcoming them home fund. So that's cool. We have a nice GoFundMe site for them. And everybody else in the universe, let's end prohibition today. We'll be honoring Richard Lee in San Francisco Bay Area on November 9th, I believe. So keep tuned with them. And it's in loving memory, this show, for all the fallen from the hemp and the marijuana industry. Let's make hempcrete. Let's make hemp boards. Let's make hemp fabric. Let's make hemp houses. And let's stop the madness. And let's not forget Jack Herer, the father of the movement. Oh, my Papa in Baja, I miss you. Even at the Oregon Country Fair, people run free. And how would you like to be one of those incredible puppets? It's really important to follow your bliss, go to the events that make sense to you, and globally end prohibition, everybody. It's time, it's time, it's time. We're going to put on a concert here pretty darn soon and gather people so we can make it through the year and overturn the hemp initiative. Fuck the big boys. Yeah, it's really tough, you guys. Check this out.
Hello, everyone. I am the real Rick Simpson, and I want to make it clear to everyone that I am still alive and kicking. And if you go on the internet, there's many sites out there that are talking about me passing away many years ago now, which is obviously is a pack of lies. I'm still quite alive, and I'm still here. So I have been out of the mainstream since 2018 when I suffered the stroke. Has made it very difficult for me to travel and do the events I used to do in the past. So I just want everyone to know that I'm still here and I'm still fighting for to set cannabis free. And that in turn will set the human race free. So I hope you all support my efforts. Cannabis is the greatest plant on this earth. And it should be used properly. And don't believe all that negative propaganda that has been forced upon us over the last 100 years or so. It's all based on a pack of lies. Cannabis never harmed anyone. As a matter of fact, it gives mankind a future. In the past, I put out 2 books, Phoenix Tears, The Rick Simpson Story, and Rick Simpson Oil, Nature's Answer for Cancer. And at the present time, my wife and I are working on another book to bring everyone up to date about what's happened since 2012. The first book takes you to 2012 and what had gone on up to that point. So I think the next book people will find it very interesting. I've traveled to several different countries now, doing events, and so the next book will be describing what's going on since 2012. But due to all the scammers out there now, I intend to have more presence in social media. In the near future, I'll be putting out more information. We have to stop these scammers because they're causing a lot of harm and they're discrediting the use of this wonderful medicine. The link to my authentic social media accounts can be found on my website, phoenixtears.ca. So if you want the real information or you want to find the real site, that's where to go to get the information to find it.
The real deal, full spectrum oil, it's supposed to help Parkinson's, other things. I'm not a true advocate. I mean, testimonial. I've used it before and got super, super high. I know that it's really good to relax your system, your endocannabinoid system. And Rick Simpson's an amazing soul. He's helped a lot of people get through a lot of things. So go to phoenixtears.com, everybody. And that's all I know, or all I care to know. So we'll be back with some more news here pretty soon. I text Rodimus, see if Rodimus wants to come on. And in fact, let's call Rodimus here. Call Rodimus.
Calling Red Ames with WA Business.
There we go. See if we can get Rodimus. Sometimes we get prisoners to call in. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. I wanted to know if you had any information or if you wanted to share what that article was. I have nobody in the house right now, but you don't have to come on. You can do it with the phone, just like when the prisoners call in. But we're live right now. Everybody, I've got Grasshopper on. If you want, can you share what you read about hempcrete?
Oh, let's see. I sent it to you, right? Let me see if I can find the article. Did you happen to have a chance to read it?
I did. Yeah, I read the article. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what more I can tell you besides.
No, you got to tell. You're on live right now, but so I have not told anybody about what you sent me, and it seems very interesting.
Yeah. So the problem with 3D printing houses in the past, not the problem, but one of the realities of 3D printing with conventional concrete materials is that it takes 28 days for that stuff to actually set. That means you can't go in there and start doing other work on the structure for 28 days until all of the concrete has gone through its normal concrete setting stuff. So what has happened recently, this breakthrough, is that instead of using cement as one of the ingredients, cement, sand, and conventional concrete, they started using hemp fiber, as well as instead of using concrete, and concrete is a product made out of limestone that is heated to a very, very high temperature, and it kind of transforms the limestone, the really finely ground limestone, chemically into something that bonds extremely well. That's what cement is in concrete. So it's literally cements it together, right? That's the word, cementing, right? So Portland cement has been, the most reliable and most the highest quality cement has been Portland cement, and it's mined in the Willamette River, and then it's processed as I described through high heat and stuff. So that's it produces a lot of it pollutes like CO2 during the process of making concrete, and so when they substituted hemp fibers, they're also instead of using cement rather, they've been using a form of ash, like a type of a already pre-burnt something ash, and then they process that, and it has a much lower gas off, CO2 gassing from the processing. So it's only like, in fact, concrete, the production and the use of concrete in the setting, when the concrete sets, produces, it says 5 to 8% of all human-caused greenhouse gas emission comes from pouring regular concrete. Well, this other type of composition, which uses hemp fibers and ash, does not produce the same amount of CO2 in the setting, and it sets in a much shorter time. I think, what is the figure here they gave for how, instead of being 28 days, it's like 6 days or something like that, which allows you a process of building a house to happen much more quickly, because the setting time is much shorter, and it pollutes less. So I was kind of excited when I saw that, and that's why I sent that to you and a friend of mine who's in the concrete industry. So that's in a nutshell. Yeah.
They say that that hempcrete also, along with the hemp plant, cleans the air.
Oh, the plant itself, yeah, right. Well, hempcrete itself probably doesn't clean the air, but the plant.
Well, the byproduct and the whole thread, the golden thread. That's why today's episode that we're on right now, as we speak, and thank you for joining us today. This is Jeff Eichen with episode 287, and we're not going to stop, even not on Facebook. We're everywhere else. So we're with Rodimus Parra today. I put his little grasshopper photo up there. Just give a round of applause for Rodimus Parra. Let's see if I can give a little applause here. So we're really happy. We're so happy to have an OG, an old guy, not original gangster, but he's a great friend and a foe. But I'm basing today's episode on the hemp farm bill. The hemp farm bill that got signed a couple weeks ago, as horrible, and we're not going to be able to get seeds anymore, and all this stuff. We have to overturn this in 1 year. They got 1 year to sell all their CBD products, because CBD is going to be illegal in its current status, that is so healthy you can't believe it. They're making you go to isolates, which is not natural. So anyways, it's really effed up, and to hear new information about hempcrete just substantiates our reason for doing this whole push towards ending prohibition even more. And the big boys that wrote the bill, Mitch McConnell and those kinds of people, don't even recognize that it's $1 billion industry. The more you allow it to be studied, like Dr. Machulam, who died a few years ago at 95 or 97 in Israel, they were studying hemp and marijuana for 40, 50, 60 years.
So I've got a little piece of information to clarify here. So not only does it, instead of regular concrete, when they do 3D printing with regular concrete, it takes 20 days for it to set. This only takes 3 days. 3 days for it to completely set and be workable after 3 days instead of 28 days. But also the tensile strength is actually greater and exceeds what concrete has. So it's a stronger and faster working and less polluting form of concrete. And for 3D printing purposes, it's like more than ideal.
And does the article claim that that about its R value, meaning that hemp is well known, not structural. Now it can be structural, but it's well known that hemp is a very famous and incredible insulation.
Yeah, they don't go into that aspect of it in this particular article, so no, it doesn't address that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that's also a factor, of course.
Well, that's great, because it'll help also with Noah building the hempcrete dome structure that he wants to do. He was going to be putting a layer of hempcrete, spraying it, and now possibly if they've already figured out how to make regular concrete better, stronger, and cure faster, fucking A, everybody.
And one more thing about it is that they can actually use it. It's less involved to go over unsupported gaps. So you can pour it, like for example, tops of window openings. There'll be where future windows will be installed. It'll make that pass. It'll go over that gap with a minimal amount of support and set and bind much faster. So it requires less materials to actually additional materials that are used in construction of 3D printed homes. It requires less material to actually make the home as well. So it's just environmentally friendlier all around in so many ways. So I just wanted to add that one piece of info.
What did the now that we're getting into the holidays, what did the old Jewish people say? They said, it's nice to use your kepi, what we got, it just makes so much sense to integrate everything, including humans, together and find solutions like this that are freaking far out. And the Farm Bill is going to outlaw hemp. Not completely, but they're getting rid of a lot of it. And so we just got to stand up for our rights. And this is a great day. And you sent a great article, Rodimus. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I wonder if this is going to impact Noah and the hempcrete domes that we want to spray and put one on my property. I'm in line and the whole deal. I wonder if that's going to affect him. I hope it does. In a good way, because concrete's dirty.
I can't imagine it not actually, being something. Well, first of all, he should hear about it. I don't have a number for him, but you do. So I would give him a call, or if you have his, WhatsApp or whatever, you can just forward that article that I sent you on WhatsApp. You can just forward it to him.
Sure.
And, just update him. He probably knows, but this just is a new thing that just came out. It's finally just published because they finally, got the results they were looking for, and so yeah, I don't know. He's a professional in that arena, so he probably already knows about it. But what the heck? Just let him know that we're looking out for him too.
Yeah, we're on it. We're on it. So beautiful. Well, I've got an art show this weekend. I've been printing photographs from Peru and learning more about my equipment here. Even I learned some new things today in Photoshop, and makes me happy. What's your dream?
You asking me?
Yeah.
What's my dream? What's my dream? For the world to everybody be naked and happy.
Oh, nice. They do that naked bike ride at Burning Man, where all the girls fly loose.
I'm being silly. No, what's my dream? My dream, personally, or for the world?
Get it on. Give us a twofer.
Yeah, I think that a lot can happen if just people, like you have said before, Jeff, just learn to listen to each other, to their own hearts. My dream is that people will discover and follow their inner voice and listen to other people's best thoughts, and pay attention to the birds more, and pay attention to their children more, and pay attention to their own needs more, and not in a selfish way, but in a healing, growing, cooperative way. That's my dream.
Okay. Well, I got Chris Boucher calling in. Let's see. Let me see if I can get him for a second. Hang on. I don't think I can merge him with you, but hang on. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey, I've got Rodimus on the other line. Let's see if I can get him on my phone here. Hang on. This will be a an epic. Let's see if I can get him on. Hang on. See if he'll answer. How are you, Chris Boucher? We're talking about integrated with concrete.
Yeah, that should be interesting in the drying aspect of it and breathability, but that's good to hear.
Yeah, hang on just a minute. Hang on. Rodimus, hang on and then, hang up and then pick up on the other line. I'm calling you on my computer. I've got Chris Boucher, one of the biggest hemp people in the world, on the other line. It'd be great to talk to both of you. Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, call the other. Yeah. So yeah, it's really great to talk to you, Chris. We're live right now on the air. What do you think about that? Are you there, Boucher? Hang on. There you are. There you are. Are you there, Chris?
I am here.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what you know, or did you hear about that today or this week?
No, I did not. Concrete, which would be Portland wet sand, and mixing it with hemp. I don't heard about that.
Right. Well, we have Rodimus. Are you there, Rodimus? Let's see if we can get Rodimus on. It says he's on. Hang on just a minute. Let's see if we can get his sound. Audio, built-in output, use system settings. Well, we don't hear you, Rodimus, so we'll get back to you a little later. We're on the air, everybody, and today we've got call-ins. And let me text Rodimus.
Yeah, I just got off our hemp field out in Imperial Valley. We've got 20 acres of hemp that's was planted a month ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's a winter crop. Unheard of in America these days. We're the first winter hemp growers in the country.
Whoa. And has hemp normally been able to grow in the winter and just nobody does it, or what?
In certain areas, yes. So back in the turn of the century, 1914 to 1930, there was quite a bit of hemp grown here in California throughout the year.
Uh-huh.
And that's how it is. I can send you a video.
Okay, great. Well, the 3D printing world, Rodimus sent us a engineering grade hempcrete has arrived, and they're integrating hemp where it used to take 28 days for for a concrete 3D printed house to cure. You couldn't do anything for a month. And now with hemp invested or embedded in the soup that they're making the concrete out of, the combination is allowing it to dry in 3 days.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah,
And
we need more of that.
And so the fucking hemp bill, how's that going to affect all of us in the hempcrete industry?
It won't have any effect whatsoever. They actually, in the bill, they made hempcrete and hemp fiber and hemp textiles and hemp, any kind of material, they made it an agricultural materials product. So now it's recognized not just as hemp and fiber, but a materials. It was specific language, so it's a material that can be used in many aspects of construction and within the economy of manufacturing. So, it was a good thing and a bad thing, but when you get Cheech and Chong and Snoop Dogg cooking up CBD in a lab and turning it into crack THC and calling it hemp, we got a problem here, Houston.
It's wild. going
I
on.
think Cheech and Chong opened it up, and they actually were the #1 grifters.
Hang on. I'm letting Rodimus in. Are you there, Rodimus?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we got you now. Let's see if we can get Chris. Oh, we can't talk to both of you at the same time. Dang, call me back and I'll put you on the computer.
Hemp on it.
Right.
And as one of the founders of the modern day American hemp industry, I had no voice in the matter because these guys are billionaires. They keep saying it's hemp, and it is a laboratory crack THC that they cook, and they call it hemp, and it's just disgusting.
Is that Delta? Is that Delta?
Delta 9 THC? Yeah, you can cook. If you get hexane and other chemicals, you can cook up CBD isolate and you can cook it in the laboratory. I call it cooking. It's converting, and they inject chemicals into it, and it turns into THC, like white powder, and they call it hemp. And it's a white powdered THC that they've been calling hemp and selling it in gas stations and convenience stores, and there's no testing.
So the hemp bill will
not.
not affect the hempcrete industry or the fabric industry.
No, it actually helps it in a way that registers it as a materials product. The word materials is a very important word. However, it pretty much destroys the full spectrum CBD industry.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
It's what you get when you lie enough, it becomes the truth. So
When you lie enough, it becomes the truth. Rodimus, say hello to Chris.
Hey there, Chris.
Hey, what's happening, brother?
Hey, so I just wanted to clarify something so that you, I think Jeff's going to send you this article, but you'd mentioned earlier when we were sorry about, I know you guys were on the track of talking about the product that Tommy Chong and such created that has, been a problem. But I want to go back to the hempcrete thing for a second, and just to help you understand, they're not using Portland cement in it. They're using another thing. It's an ash. They're using a type of ash instead of the cement, because this particular type of ash can be manufactured at a lower temperature and with less harm to the environment. And then with hemp fiber and using this ash as the cement agent, then it creates this thing that cures in 3 days instead of 28 days. And you can pour it over gaps. You can pour it in like above window openings as you're doing the 3D printing, and it holds up. It doesn't require as much framing. It literally just sort of holds its shape, which means you don't have to use as many other materials in constructing a 3D printed home because of these unique properties of its setting so quickly.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that. I'd like to see a link, if you can send me a link.
I have it. I'll get it to you, Chris. Hey, everybody, I'm going to reset the room. It's Jeff Eichen here with Weeds Day. And, F stands for Facebook, So F Facebook, and we're on Roku, we're on POD TV, and we're on YouTube. And you know what? I just talked to the Cannabis Network yesterday, and this guy that's doing this thing, they just went public, and it's cannabistv.com or something like that. And he says, yes, we want you to be a moderator. So maybe my show will go on a big thing, and we'll start to, get some dough to help build the 3D dome. So I've got Rodimus and Chris Boucher. Chris, tell Rodimus about what scared you about the bill, and now that you're calming down about it, tell Rodimus a little bit about the Farm Bill.
Well, it classified all the hemp fibers and the herd and as materials. It's now considered a material, which is good. However, it capped for the healthy food science of hemp, it capped the hemp THC at 0.4 milligrams per package, which basically eliminates 95% of the full spectrum CBD, which is, I mean, it's at the top of the ladder as a dietary supplement of a superfood. So you wiped out one of the most important superfoods or supplements in the entire health food store, you know? So that would be number one. And I believe they're going to come back in and try to get 5 milligrams. So we got to remember the federal law, whether you like it or not, is 0.3% THC. And what that means, it equals 2.5 milligrams. So if you're going to convert and extract 0.3, you would have 2.5 milligrams of THC. And that's where it should be at. And what's happened is the Snoop Dogg and Cheech and Chong and all these grifters, like I said, have been cooking it. And you get a lot of people that are really upset, especially the marijuana people. They pay $1 million for a marijuana store. They're under regulation. They're under compliance. They're under taxation. And you got this total grifter across the street cooking his own chemical Delta 9 in a lab and selling it in the liquor store, convenience store with no full panel testing, no herbicides, no pesticides, no heavy metals. And the poor guy in the marijuana store, he's got to spend all this money with testing his product, so it's a safe product. And it, you know, it also complies with how many milligrams are in it. So it's really, it'd be like owning a liquor store. You have a liquor license, and then the guy across the street is making his own whiskey. He's making his own beer without a liquor license. I mean, is that safe? Or he's making his own wine without a wine license. So I'm not a prohibitionist. I'm all for it, but I'm for making it safe, you know? You don't want to be buying a product, especially if it's an intoxicant and you don't know where it's made. And then they're calling it hemp, and it's not hemp. It's a laboratory-made chemical. How's that?
That's the key to it. It's a laboratory-made chemical, and the children were getting it at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and it wasn't even the children. It was like, we don't know what's in it. Like, how come they're not testing it?
It's not regulated. It's not regulated.
Yeah, and so everybody jumped in. You know, kids were making it in their, you know, in their garage, putting labels on it, and they're putting, 50 milligrams a dose. And the marijuana dispensaries are only allowed 10 milligrams per dose. So there was a really big discrepancy there, and a lot of controversy beyond anything, you know.
And what about the seeds? The seeds are going to go bye-bye, I heard.
No, seeds are always good. Seeds.
No, I heard 1 year and you can't sell any seeds in America.
That's not true.
Okay.
I have a seed seller's license. I sell seeds around the world: Ecuador, Puerto Rico, South Africa. Seeds are a global product now. We're in a global hemp market, and definitely we're in a new space. And I just got off my hemp field right now, and I'm actually going through the Border Patrol right now.
Oh, as we talk.
A mile long. We got Border Patrol down here, and
Where's Lawrence Cherniak when we need him? They came and got him at the airport the other day. 2 guys came in and got the hemp master. I'm not the hash master, Lawrence Cherniak. They got him after they said you can go back to America, and he couldn't come back into America. They got him after he went through, with his passport, and he was sitting waiting to get on a plane, and 2 guys came up to him and said, "We're taking you back." And so he's in Canada again.
They're prosecuting marijuana on a federal level now. I heard. I haven't seen any statistics, but they are going after marijuana users. And then, if you got busted with marijuana or you tested positive, you can't get a gun license. They're trying to pass that, which is I don't know how that's going to pass because everybody that has a gun smokes weed. I would imagine, but yeah.
Well,
Anyhow,
thank
I'm going
you.
to the border check. I got to pull up, and I love you guys. Thank you for letting me on the show. I hope I explained
Thanks,
things
Brad.
correctly.
Thank you for the info.
Do you remember Rodimus? Do you remember Rodimus?
Yes, we were on the show a while back, and I really appreciate what you do, Rodimus, and thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for what you're doing, and man, never give up. We're here to the very end, man.
Back at you, brother.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That was Chris Boucher from Juicetiva. We'll talk about CBA next time. So that he's off now, and it's an amazing coinkydink that the major hemp guy called in. So, yeah, it's amazing what's
That's
going on.
pretty cool, Jeff.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, and he set my record self straight. I was pissed off at the hemp bill, and now he's like telling us what's right and what's wrong with it.
Well, the other thing that he said a couple of times, he called a couple of people that I'm not trying to do anything here except to say that, maybe we need to update our point of view on certain people here, because you've been talking Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong for such a long time, and he just called them grifters 3 times during his phone call. So, he's not too happy about the fact that those guys have gotten into that number 9, that molecule 9 thing.
Delta.
And Delta 9. And they're like really making it much harder, they've given CBD, hemp, THC a bad name again, right when it was like getting good with the shops, they were selling very, inspected, safe weed. And all of a sudden this thing comes out of left field, like, he was saying, you get across the street at the 7-Eleven, and that is due to Tommy Chong and Snoop getting into that business. So I'm a little upset with them at the moment.
As well as we all should be, but at the same time, we'll let them have a rebuttal when they come on our show. Snoop, where are you? Tommy, where are you? Come on back, Tommy.
Good one, Jeff.
Tommy and Cheech, come on back. Well, we're at the top of the hour. There's 10 minutes left here. I'm so honored to try to work this thing out in our lifetime. One of these days I'll make my T-shirt in my lifetime. But I wanted to share one thing. You can stay on for a minute, Rodimus. I have this photograph right here, everybody. It's the Last Supper, and it says on the front of it, it says, Judas, please pass the salt. And it's the Last Supper, and everybody's got a bong in their hand. I made that photo, and it says on every corner, it says, no one should be in jail for a plant, end prohibition now, paper, plastic, fiber, fuel, medicine, and food. And on the other last side, it says, free the prisoners, free the plant, and free the planet. Well, I'm trying to integrate my Wix site, and then Vivian McPeak from HempFest, who works for Skunk Magazine, is going to put an editorial in this month's issue online, everybody. So you can own one of these incredible they're not 3D, but they're canvas prints of the Last Supper, everybody holding a bong. And so it's really time to get on with Christmas, and they'll be ready. I'm gonna stay tight with it tomorrow, the next day, until I get the integration and be able to sell these online. Finally, I did this in 2019 with Hitman. Hitman helped me do this. He's in that shot. So the bottom line is that it's the holidays, and today we were going to talk about no Thanksgiving. So I'll spend a couple minutes on it because we got 8 minutes left in the show. No Thanksgiving. I went to Standing Rock, and the Native Americans do not validate this holiday. Okay. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria mean nothing when there was genocide and or whatever, massacre. And I'm not the right person to speak about it, but next week we'll try to find somebody from the Native First Nations representation to come on. We were going to have Duck on, but he was not available. So we want to have the right word about Thanksgiving. So when I go to Thanksgiving tomorrow with my friend's family for the second year in a row, thank you, Mill Hollins, I'm going to celebrate family. I'm not going to celebrate the massacre or what happened there. And the truth will be told. We were going to hang and talk about the wampongs and all the stuff today, but Chris couldn't find anybody. But he did come on and he did set us straight with the hemp for victory. And I love you all, everybody. It's really important to stay together these days and to welcome Rodimus to America. Like Stash made it back to America. We want to see you here, Mr. R. We're ready.
Thanks. Well, I mean, it's unfortunate that there's so much baggage around, some people have a lot of baggage around Thanksgiving. It's evolved. Thanksgiving was originally had nothing to do with the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. That was Christopher Columbus. This was to do with the Pilgrims and finding their way, to be able to believe what they wanted to believe freely without being oppressed by, the old world. And the Native Americans at that time, as far as the story goes, brought them things that were the local foods, the turkey, the corn, the blueberries, and they were able to have a meal together. And that has evolved to families getting together who otherwise might not get together. Christmas is usually for the immediate family, you and the kids, you and the wife and the kids, whatever kind of thing, nuclear family thing. Whereas Thanksgiving is about extended family and friendsgiving. So it's about having a meal together and being grateful. The word Thanksgiving has to do with gratitude. And I think that that's the main import of this holiday now, as it has evolved in the culture, in American culture. It's about being grateful and just going, my gosh, look at the abundance that we have in our lives. We have a warm, non-leaking roof over our heads. If we have that, that's a lot, and not everybody has that. But really it's about gratitude. So I think just be grateful. Let this gratitude that you feel tomorrow with your friends or family, let it just go every day before you go to sleep. Just go through a little gratitude list. When you wake up in the morning, before you jump out of bed, just go and be grateful for what is in your life. There's so much going on in every person's lives that we can be grateful for. And that's what I think this holiday symbolizes. Thanks for letting me say that.
Oh, yay. It's really great to not be a soloman on my show today. To have you here was fantastic. And to have Chris come in and to mention a little bit about what's going on tomorrow. Give thanks, everybody. Go as vegan as you can, or snatch a piece of whatever. We're having salmon tomorrow. So Danny's bringing the salmon just like he did. We had 200 pounds of salmon in Standing Rock, everybody, during that time. And there was like 40 of us that got in a school bus and went to Standing Rock, and we served the following day. They didn't observe Thanksgiving. Jane Fonda was there even in Standing Rock. So really amazing. Jane Fonda just turned 87, by the way. So, thank heaven for the 200 pounds of salmon we took to the Native Americans in Standing Rock. It was so cold, we had to use a chainsaw to cut the salmon. I'm not joking, everybody, to get it on the barbecue. It was so cold there. It was like 14 below. That's when I got a little frostbite, and I haven't been in the cold water since. Everybody have a great, incredible rest of your day. I'm going to talk to my friends, the Sushi Meister today. He's coming over. Then I'm going to go hang an art show. If you're listening to me from Port Townsend, everybody, come to the art show at the community center in Uptown this weekend. Friday, 10 to 5. Saturday, 10 to 5.
Gift items, stocking stuffers.
Yes. Yes, now. Yes, ma'am. And you know what? You'll see some photographs from my trip to Peru. And I recommend everybody to start your bucket list now. Even if you're 40 or you're 30, there's things that you want to check off. And I just did Machu Picchu. So I'm sorry I didn't take my 3D printed 4x5. It would have been cool to whip that baby out. But they want to have me back. So let's see how I did with my editing, and be nice to each other, everybody. Any final words, Rodimus?
Love.
Ooh, one word is all we need. Well, from the mouths of babes, I'm going to roll. I'm going to share my screen and my outro, and it's been great, Rodimus. I won't call you again today because I've got too much going on, but it's a pleasure to play with you and to have you back in the house.
Thank you for calling me, Jeff.
Yeah, and so I know you. Everybody, does everybody have a special person in their life that they want to be with, here and there and there and here, and that loves them unconditionally? Well, guess what? Rodimus and Jeff, we like our best of bros, and we made up through the war. I mean, everybody has their thing. So be nice to each other this holiday. And at the count of three, everybody, we're going to roll our outro. Let's see here. We got Rick Simpson in our outro. Here are the.
The Tommy Chong for Lifers madness.
To end this war on people. Happy parade.
Episode 287, everybody. Thanks, Chris Boucher, Rodimus Para, Grasshopper, and should go watch some old
Good afternoon, everybody.
old
Is this
episodes.
thing on? I think we're going to have a wonderful show today. We're going to welcome home Stash Wagner family. Don't bogart that joint from the Philippines. Thank you. And don't forget to donate to their cause and welcoming them home fund. So that's cool. We have a nice GoFundMe site for them. And everybody else in the universe, let's end prohibition today.
There's their GoFundMe QR code.
We'll be honoring Richard Lee in San Francisco Bay Area on November 9th, I believe. So keep tuned with them. And it's in loving memory, this show, for all the fallen from the hemp and the marijuana industry. Let's make hemp creep. Let's make hemp boards. Let's make hemp fabric. Let's make hemp houses. And let's stop the madness. And let's not forget Jack Herer, the father of the movement. Oh, my Papa in Baja, I miss you. Even at the Oregon Country Fair, people run free. And how would you like to be one of those incredible puppets? It's really important to follow your bliss, go to the events that make sense to you, and globally end prohibition, everybody. It's time, it's time, it's time. We're going to put on a concert here pretty darn soon and gather people so we can make it through the year and overturn the hemp initiative. Fuck the big boys.
And I mean that, everybody.
Check this out.
Hello, everyone. I am the real Rick Simpson, and I want to make it clear to everyone that I am still alive and kicking. And if you go on the internet, there's many sites up there that are talking about me passing away many years ago now, which obviously is a pack of lies. I'm still quite alive, and I'm still here. So I have been out of the mainstream since 2018, when I suffered the stroke. Has made it very difficult for me to travel and do the events I used to do in the past. So I just want everyone to know that I'm still here and I'm still fighting to set cannabis free. And that in turn will set the human race free. So I hope you all support my efforts. Cannabis is the greatest plant on this earth, and it should be used properly. And don't believe all that negative propaganda that has been forced upon us over the last 100 years or so. It's all based on a pack of lies. Cannabis never harmed anyone. As a matter of fact, it gives mankind a future. In the past, I have put out 2 books, The Phoenix Tears, The Rick Simpson Story, and Rick Simpson Oil, Nature's Answer for Cancer. And at the present time, my wife and I are working on another book to bring everyone up to date about what's happened since 2012. The first book takes you to 2012 and what had gone on up to that point. So I think the next book people will find it very interesting. I've traveled to several different countries now, doing events, and so the next book will be describing what's going on since 2012. But due to all the scammers out there now, I intend to have more presence in social media. In the near future, I'll be putting out more information. We have to stop these scammers because they're causing a lot of harm and they're discrediting the use of this wonderful medicine. The link to my authentic social media accounts can be found on my website, phoenixtears.ca. So if you want the real information or you want to find the real site, that's where to go to get the information to find it.
Brother Rick, thank you for joining us today. Who thought he was gone? And DOA, dead on arrival. It's after the hour, top of the hour. I really honor you all. I'm going to come back here for a second. And are you still with us, Rodimus? Rodimus is gone. So that was cool listening to having Rodimus on today. Talk about the hemp and the farm bill and everything. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to get ready for my art show and my client coming over. Peace in the Middle East, everybody, and in your heart. Jeff Eichen, episode 287.
Record.
Okay, so I'm still on, everybody. I'm going to come into my StreamYard, which is associated and affiliated and running my the rest of my show here. So here I am, and I really appreciate you all. It was certainly fun to have Rodimus on. It was certainly fun to have Chris on. We're working through it, everybody. Be love, be incredible. And industrial hempcrete, that's what we learned today. It's coming. It's here. Love you all. Peace in the Middle East and in your heart.